Hello everyone, I'm Gweakles, and today I'll be doing the Cheap Art Supplies Challenge with the Crayola Watercolor palette. Now, this one is a little bit different, I guess because it's washable watercolors, and I'm also going to be using their little set of round brush paintbrushes because I knew that the one that it comes with wouldn't work so well. But I just laid out a couple of the colors so you can see that they're very vibrant. Now I got the washable watercolors because those were the only ones that I saw available. I don't know if they're the only ones that you can actually get. I don't want to mislead you guys with any kind of information, but that's what I saw, that's what I got. They're like $2 and then the brushes are $3. But yeah, those are the colors. I'm sketching in my Canson watercolor sketchbook, and it's only it's like a little bit heavier than the mixed media sketchbook, which is only $5 online or at Walmart. I'm using a dollar pencil, mechanical pencil that I got from Target, so those are cheap as well. I wanted to draw a character of mine called Cat the Bat. I first drew her a couple years ago, but I just didn't know what to draw, but I didn't want to draw a critter, and I wanted to draw a person and stylize them. So this was a very nice, you know, let loose warming up technique because I've been really stressed lately getting ready for Tampa Bay Comic-Con, which is next week. And this was a great exercise, and since the last time I did the Cheap Art Supplies Challenge as a joke, everybody took it really seriously. So I've been wanting to redo it correctly for a long time and show everyone, you know, in good faith, like, hey, I'm not trying to poop on cheap art supplies. I know that they're good and that they can be used. So yeah, went and got good old Crayolas, and this was a whole lot of fun. But yeah, just a typical little portrait, and then I started to just block things in. I actually did try to use the brush that came with the palette, but the hairs were falling out, and it's not, I really don't advise using that brush. It's just not a good brush. But you can get this set of their 4 round brushes, which was, I believe, like $3. So the brushes cost more than the actual paintbrushes, or not paintbrushes, the actual paints, which I found to be funny, but you know, that's the case for, you know, expensive, if you want to say expensive paints too. But the colors were very vibrant, depending upon, you know, which color you use. The only problem that I had really, and you'll see when we get to it, that the washable watercolors are not good for layering, which should probably come to no surprise, as the idea of washable watercolors, I guess, is that it washes off. I guess for the idea that they're for kids and they don't want it to maybe mess up their clothes, or they wanted the idea to be that if you messed up, you can lift the paint easily. You can kind of do that with watercolors already if it's still wet, but these, it's working out okay right now because I'm using the same color and I'm using more paint than I am water. But you can see when I go back in to do the shadows that using too much water picked up the paint and moved it. You can see where the water would build, and I had to go back in and I had to add more pigment there to fill in where the water was. And especially when I went to add purple on for the shading on the hair, you can see that it's moving, it's picking up and moving the paint around that I had already put down. So that's the only problem I had, other than if you wanted to paint with a more duller color set, this would not be for you because they're very vibrant. But the paint quality was fine to me, and I didn't have an issue using it. Just when it came time to, obviously, I like to layer my watercolors, so washable watercolors probably wouldn't be for me, or if you like to layer your watercolors. I guess, again, I don't know if this is just how Crayola is packaging their stuff now. I think it is, because I saw like the markers were washable. I think they just want to be like, we're not going to get in your kids' clothes or something, but I don't want to assume. It's very possible that they are still offering a non-washable version. But if you're just looking to practice and add some light washes onto your paint, like nothing too detailed, or you can work through just adding more pigment, then maybe it'll be okay for you. I did have issue like mixing the paints to get a darker color to do the outline. Again, it's kind of like adding another layer. So trying to get anything particularly dark with these very vibrant pigments was difficult, and because they're washable, I couldn't really achieve the darker tint that I was looking to get in an outline. You can see that it quickly faded, and it was hard to find a compromise between getting enough water to get the pigment to flow and then getting enough pigment so it wasn't so watery and washed. And I had to go back over it a couple of times, which is okay. I have to do that with my U-Trek watercolors too, because they're student grade, but having it be washable is just, it just created a lot of unnecessary steps, and it ruined my layering. My layering. But I think she turned out cute. I tried to use this little Jelly Roll white gel pen because they're only like $1 or so, and it didn't work out for me. As you can see, it just pooped out on me, and I don't know if I just had a bad pen or if they're no good. I don't want to, again, say anything bad, but I went back with the Signo Uniball and made some touch-ups, and that was it. I hope you liked this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.